A couple minutes late, but never a dollar short. Once again, you reached the number one collaborative professional wrestling podcast anywhere in the world. I want to apologize for being a little tardy today, just getting home from a crazy day of work. Conrad on time as usual. Appreciate you. But once again, you've reached Clash of the Podcast presented by Everything Pro Wrestling and HW Weekly. We're not going to belabor the point. A lot to talk about. Actually, really not a lot to talk about because WWE has been trash. But we're going to give you the analysis that you deserve, and it's going to happen in about, 30 seconds after I say to my brother Conrad, please, sir, drop that thing.
Welcome in, everybody. This is Clash of the Podcast, episode 194. You never thought that it would go this, and no misses. No misses. I want to state that. One day it will happen, but no misses. And
rain, snow, sleet, hail, flu, vacations, holidays, bro.
We're here each and every week, and we are Clash of the Podcast. Make sure that you guys are showing some love. Make sure you're following Sean on HW Weekly. All of his stuff is in the description. It'll pop up in the chat. You guys know where to find us. We are going to run through everybody, give some quick shout outs, and we're going to get right into this show tonight because there's a little bit of interesting things to talk about. Would love to get other people's perspectives on it. Let's get into it. First one in here was my guy, Clown.
Cleasy, 1-3-Z, 4-Tweezy. What up, though?
Says, afternoon, everybody. What's good, Clown? Followed up shortly by Vinny, who said, happy Monday. God bless. Jesus loves y'all. Heart emoji.
The only Vinny we like.
Thank you, Vinny. We appreciate that. Miracle.
I'm searching for a miracle. Believe the impossible.
He said, what up to my favorite podcast tag team, Conrad and Sean. As always, looking forward to discussing some wrestling with you in the chat. Thank you so much for that, Vinny. Or I'm not Vinny, Miracle, excuse me. Look at me, jumping back. Miracle, much appreciated, my brother. We'll be getting into some good stuff. Quills in the house. He said, what up, Conrad, Sean, and chat? Your boy, Sir Quills, is back to enjoy my two favorite bros, CJ and Hubs. Episode 194 of the best wrestling podcast out today, Clash of the By God Podcast. Hashtag EPW, hashtag HWW. And he even went on our tagline, which is, what happened to SmackDown? It fell so bad into the toilet bowl that not even the strongest bottle of Drano could unclog that drain.
Quilly.
We got E in the house. What's good, E?
Easy E, what up, though?
Our good friend, the Ace.
Fo Sheezy says, good evening, everyone. Hope you had a good evening, everyone. And hope you had a good weekend. And let's go double or nothing. Let's keep this. I think you meant to say, let's kick this week off of double or nothing in the ASR2 Pro Wrestling community. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
He goes on to say, what SmackDown? This used to be a show that was better than Monday Night Raw, and now it's a show that isn't even as good as NXT or Evolve. That's really true. I mean, it's bad. It's really bad.
that was my yikes face, though.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Pretty bad. He also says, congratulations to AEW, sold out this Sunday. 14,030 tickets for Double or Nothing in New York City. I think it's their second highest U.S. gig, too. I mean, good for them.
Conrad, you have to help me to subscribe to that whatever again, because I forgot how to do it. I canceled my subscription, and now I got to whatever. You know how I don't know.
Never cancel, good sir. XG Dub said, what up, everybody? What's good, XG Dub? T-Ferg said, what's good to everyone in the chat? Hope everyone had a good weekend. Conrad, your Sabres are going to win it all. Tonight is Game 7, bro. I don't even think I'm going to watch because we won every time I haven't watched. So I'm like, I better back away. Like, I'll watch with caution. So I hope so. Also, I want your guys' thoughts on the return of Drake.
Drizzy.
It's over. That's what I was like. I don't know if he can come back from this battle. Honestly, you brought out lawyers and stuff. Like, in a rap battle, bro, I'm over it. I don't know what you have. If you have any thoughts on Drake.
Kendrick slayed him, but see, my thing is this: Kendrick slayed him, but that doesn't mean that Drake is bad. I think Drake just needs to recalibrate.
Drake is very hit or miss with me, and this has always been my thing with his music. Like, either I'll love the song or I don't like it at all. Like, and when I say don't like it, I'm just so indifferent to it that I won't even play it.
I mean, I played God's Plan on repeat for a year, so
that was when he was popping though. Like, yeah, I'm talking. Yeah. There's some songs that he came out with though too. There was one where he had like the video with the pink Cadillac and all that stuff, and I was like, what is this? Like, I'm not listening to this. But usually some of his hits though, he'll come out with some good ones. Matt Lopez said, "Let's go Knicks Eastern Conference Final tomorrow." By the way, I think they can do it. I have faith.
My thing is this: I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Conrad and Leezy, but my thing is this: could this situation have navigated itself any better for the New York Knicks?
No.
I mean, it's like there's no way. When this playoff got started, we thought we would have to go through Boston and Detroit, and somehow we got Philly, and now we got Cleveland at home. It's like, I mean, I'm gonna throw something out there. I don't wish injury on anybody, but the way this situation, no, it's not. When I say it, it's gonna make sense. And chat, let me know if you understand what I'm trying to say. The way this thing has navigated so good in the New York Knicks' favor, it's almost like they're in the Western Conference Finals. SGA and Wemby are gonna have like broken ankles by the time they get to the finals. It's almost like the Knicks are the team of destiny.
Listen, you don't know how it's going to turn out. I am interested on the West Coast side, though, too. I know Timberwolves are out, one of my squads. I'm very interested in seeing the Thunder and Spurs matchup, though. I want to see how this plays out because these are going to be two future juggernauts, I think, in the West for a little bit. Guy Will Gamble said Europe was good, everybody. Knicks in 5. I will go Knicks in 6. I'm going to give Cleveland a little bit more hope than that.
Yeah, I think Knicks in 5 too. I think the Knicks are going to come out.
I saw your post when I was on social media right before. I was like, "Oh, Sean's feeling it."
I think we're going to dominate game 1. I think we're going to win game 2. I think we're going to win game 3. I think the only difference is I think Cleveland will find a way to avoid the sweep. I think the Knicks are going to. It's like I don't know if you understand, Conrad. Like
the joy you have, I get it.
Oh man, I've been waiting my whole life,
bro. Listen, I'm happy for him. Now, what happens after this is going to depend. I got to see how these other teams are looking. Maybe, but who knows? Maybe they go to game 7 too, and they're like, "Whoo, exactly. All right."
Exactly.
So, we'll see what happens with it, man. But loving the Knicks stuff. XG Dub, what is this? Rousey. Oh yeah, we'll talk about that real quick. I see you guys talking about it in there. B-Boy, what's good? Just remember, Cyclops is still mid. This is hater stuff right here, bro. Cyclops did nothing wrong in the X-Men. All right, he was fine. They always put Wolverine over him. Wolverine was a jerk. It wasn't his fault. Still hating. This goes way back on one of those comments.
Hilarious.
Hourly is crazy. Yeah, they got paid a lot of money for that, man. Blasphemy and propaganda. DJ Hanzo, what up? Appreciate you.
What up, man?
What's good? Thank you for letting people know we're live. The Professor BJ in the house. He said, "Happy Monday, y'all."
Everybody likes a BJ. That's his Twitter name. Relax.
And that's where he'll be right here on EPW on Thursday this week because Dynamite can't get enough of these 3-hour shows because stuff's getting moved around for sports and stuff. Nice. So we'll be here. MJB in the place to be said, yo, bro. I don't know if this is for crime time or if this is for the Knicks, but we'll take
Brooklyn.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I did see that preview. McKinney in the house as well. He said, once again on a Monday, I'm here to let y'all know, don't argue about what a good man should be. Just be one. It's Clash of the Podcast with the Fire Live Chat, CJ and Hubs. Let's get active. What's good, McKinney?
I like it, McKinney. Good stuff.
I appreciate you. It's Victoria weekend here in Canada. You enjoy, brother. You enjoy.
I think I want to move to Canada. I was thinking about that. Like
Canada's a nice place.
And it's not bad. I might end up in Buffalo with you, brother. I might buy a crib, a couple blocks.
It's close.
Right. Yeah, I'm just saying. I might have to because I'm thinking about it, man. I think about relocating.
Yeah. City's tough, man. Buffalo's tough too, though. Like not a lot of money around here. I'll say that. Or at least they act like there's not. AEW Fan Hub, what is good, everybody? Greetings from the Dub Hub. Appreciate you. Me and AEW Fan Hub run a wonderful Discord together. If you guys want, I'm putting it in the chat for you. Check it out. Lots of people in there. We're trying to get to 1K. So if you haven't subscribed yet, or if you got a Discord, get in there. Help us out. Help us out. Sean, let's get started in this thing, shall we?
Yes, sir.
And by the way, just running through the lineup, you guys know right now where you are. Monday, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time. You're listening to Clash of the Podcast. Me and Sean, one of our weekly podcasts here on the Mothership. Also, we have Ignition AEW Podcast. They go live on Tuesdays, 8:45 Eastern Standard Time. This Tuesday, they're going to be talking about a lot of Double or Nothing. So make sure you guys are in there. If you have thoughts, want to give predictions, like I said, it's all in the Discord. And it's a great listen. I highly recommend it. And usually it's Wednesdays for me and Derek. But this week we have a special, like I said, with BJ. We are going to be live on a Thursday. We'll be giving some preview and predictions for Double or Nothing. Also, at the same time, we're going to review the Dynamite Collision 3-hour show. So if you guys want to hear about that, be in there and come talk some wrestling with us. Blayao. I don't think I've missed anything. Sean, we did a great show on your channel, which I actually really, really loved the perspectives and how Sean produced this one. So he set it up perfectly. He had an MMA person, the wrestling person, the entertainer person, and then Sean held it all together and contributed his thoughts to it. I thought it was a fantastic show for something that I'm not going to lie. I was like, Ronda Rousey, I don't know about this, but it came together beautifully like a true artist. So got to give Sean his props. Make sure you are over on his channel, subscribe. But we got to talk this, Sean, for at least like a minute or so.
Or at least 17 seconds.
I'm muting myself and letting you talk.
Yo, listen, big shout out to Conrad. Appreciate you, brother. Look, I thought the fight would go a short time, but Conrad actually predicted a very early first round submission victory. So shout out to Conrad, who claims to not be an MMA guy, but was very, very poignant in putting this thing together, his prediction together. Here's the thing for me. I want to give a big shout out and check out my article on hwweekly.com as I brought you live written coverage of the fight, all fights, a triple main event. I want to give MVP and Jake Paul a big shout out. MVP Promotions deserves a shout out. Jake Paul deserves a shout out. Netflix deserves a shout out. Yes, it only lasted 17 seconds. It only lasted 17 seconds, right? But this is what I want you guys to understand about this particular evening of fights. It was a triple main event. It was a triple main event. It wasn't just the Rousey fight. It was, Ngannou. It was Perry. It was Nate Diaz. The two other main events were fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
The Nate Diaz one was kind of my match of the night that night. I was like,
right.
Yo, they're going in. But that's what Nate Diaz does. I mean,
absolutely. It was absolutely fantastic. And at the end of the day, when you take those two tremendous fights, for all the detailed analysis, go to hwweekly.com. But when you take those two tremendous co-main events into consideration, and then you take in the spectacle, not the fight itself. Conrad, back me up on this. The spectacle of Rousey and the spectacle of Carano. It was a tremendous, tremendous night of combat sports. It was intriguing. It was controversial. It was entertaining. It was athletic. And most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what I want to drive home, most importantly, it was a success and shows that someone other than the Ultimate Fighting Championship and TKO can put on a successful MMA event. And that's why I started my article talking about that. The first thing, I guess, off my pen, figuratively, was shout out to Most Valuable Promotions, shout out to Netflix for putting on a darn good night of combat sports that left the traditional combat sports fan and the casual combat sports fan, very satisfied. Everybody's talking about 17 seconds. Look, did you really expect Carano, to come out after 17 years away from the ring, 15 years away from the ring, and do anything spectacular? No. I mean, Ronda Rousey was an overwhelming favorite. But the spectacle of the night, the way the night played out, and the two other main events made it a tremendous. I have a newfound respect for Jake Paul as a promoter. I didn't know he could put together a night like he put together on a Saturday night. That was outstanding.
I was gonna say, following up from what you said there, listen, I'm not like a Paul brother apologist. I'll be the first one to probably talk my mess, but you got to give hats off to someone who promoted an event and got his money, and I thought he did a pretty good job. And I'm gonna bring up Matt's question for us here in 1 second for us to answer, but I thought that it was really well done. Even I told you guys in the when we did our predictions for it, I said Ronda Rousey submission round 1. It's that that is the spectacle of Ronda Rousey. That's what you used to watch her for. She goes in, she doesn't like getting hit in the face, number 1. So she's gonna go in, take you down, armbar, you're done. That's it. And that's what people probably wanted to see. And everybody wins, and everybody got money, everybody got paid. And you know what? UFC, TKO, you know what they hate? Someone else in the same business as them, and they're paying people. They hate hearing that. That was a big problem this week, Sean. And I know it's not even on our agenda to talk about, but AEW is not going to get renewed when Paramount. How do you know? The deal hasn't even gone through yet. We don't know what's going to happen with this. Could it happen? Maybe, but do we know? We don't. TKO does not like people infiltrating on what they are doing. It's a big problem for them.
One more point that I think is very, very, very poignant, and it actually echoes what you just talked about, Conrad. I'm leaving work just now, and one of my colleagues, I told my colleague, yo, check out my article on HW Weekly. He was like, yeah, I was looking for it. He was like, I thought you told me you weren't covering any UFC this weekend. I said, correction. I didn't cover UFC. I covered MMA. I was like, that right there is the problem that is now being solved. Come on, Conrad. That is the problem that is now being solved by Most Valuable Promotions and Netflix, because now we are going to start getting back to what it really is. It's the same problem that All Elite Wrestling is fixing in wrestling. This is not WWE. It's pro wrestling. This is not UFC. It's MMA. And that's what we, as a combat sports community, saw accomplished this past Saturday night.
And be proud of the people that you want to support and let them get paid. I applaud the New Day for walking away from that. Oh, you'll never make it anywhere else. You know what these rumors are and what they're set out to do, Sean? They're meant to scare people within their own company. Mm-hmm. Oh, if you go over there, there might not be a deal for you, and we might not have a spot for you later. They've always played off of that fear. Do not let them play you. This is just advice from players talking about it. But is there a future for MVP doing MMA shows? I think so. I think they can do this for a little bit here.
I think so too. MVP has already, I think, cornered the market on women's main events in boxing. I mean, they've had a stellar, fantastic Madison Square Garden card, all women, unprecedented. They shocked the world with how good it was. Now you've finally given everybody a UFC alternative. I think it's here to stay. I think I respect Jake Paul more as a promoter than I do as an actual fighter. Matter of fact, I definitely do.
You're not wrong. That's what he always did on their YouTube channel and all that stuff. They're promoters. Yeah, I could definitely.
Matter of fact, I'll take it a step further, Conrad. You ready for this? I'm about to blow your mind. I would love to be associated with MVP Promotions. I was so impressed. You know why? Because, Conrad, I didn't know I was going to go off on a tangent like this. I don't like monopolies. You know what I'm saying? I don't like monopolies. I don't like companies that think that they can corner the market and make it all about them. You know something? At the end of the day, it's called tissue. It's not Kleenex. It's called tissue. It's not Carvel. It's ice cream. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. People brand themselves that way on purpose. But I hope that more people are showing some love We are getting Hubs. Are you shrinking comments?
Am I getting shorter? I'm getting smaller. I don't know what you mean by that.
Shrinking goes a lot of ways.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of concerned. I hope I'm not getting. I'm still 6'3", so I hope you mean like I am trying to lose weight. So I don't know.
Yeah. BJ said those TKO drones are trying to spam Twitter with hate and belittling of the fight card this past weekend.
Wow.
Not only that though. Notice what UFC did during the night, Sean. Did you notice that a match that was announced for an upcoming card for UFC? When was it announced?
You have to educate me, brother.
Conor McGregor.
Oh yes, you did.
When did they?
You're right.
I'm throwing the softball to you.
Yes, they did. Yes,
but when did they do it? Oh, right before the main event of this card.
Right before the main event. Man, that's a good point.
Doesn't this sound familiar from someone else? We're gonna run a Saturday night's main event that night. What do you mean?
Yo, chat, you guys are letting me down for the first time in our history. Conrad, you know why? I just laid it up for them, and I thought they were going to roll. I said it's not Kleenex, it's tissue. It's not Carvel, it's ice cream. I was expecting the chat to give me some more. Come on, chat. Give me some more.
Rob, you are hilarious. Yo, shout out to Rob. Who else snuck in here? Deanna. Someone made me laugh too. I can't even remember who it was when Rob came in. It might have been Guy Will Gamble making me crack up, but everybody welcome. Cactus, that's another one. Love that comparison. All the time, bro. All the time. Ray Thompson's in here as well. Same with Marvel and DC. LOL. Just enjoy both. Yeah, enjoy what you want. M.
Leezy, my dog. Sir Quills, my dog. That's what I'm talking about. M. Leezy, Sir Quills. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. And listen, smart marketing, if you can get that over. Yep. Sean, let's get into the first thing I guess we'll talk about here is Smack Dizzle.
God. Just when I was feeling good about life.
What are you talking about? Look at Cody, man. Cody's out here hitting with the Annie. Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? He's out here, man. They set up a lot of stuff here with Cody, and they made it seem like Royce Keys is in the line for the shot. He even faced off with Cody. Does Cody have his emblem on his cuffs?
Deanna, I appreciate you, love. Thank you, Queen. Appreciate you. I don't know, bro. Like, I'm gonna let you kind of like go with this one because I'm gonna sound like I'm a hater, but go ahead.
Yo, Cactus, you gotta stop, bro.
Yo, Cactus out of control.
Yo. So
McKinney, that's backwards, brother. That's backwards.
Oh my goodness.
There you go, Quills. That's what I'm talking about. There you go, T-Ferg. I love it.
He seems to be on the train with you here that it's Cody is corny. Smackdown was on. GCW was in Detroit. Yeah, I did not watch Smackdown this time. I'm not going to lie to you guys. The programming provided on Friday, this company does not deserve a nickname of any sort.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. And all this did was set up a match here between Gunther and Royce Keys that night. So we're going to find out what they really think of Royce Keys immediately. There was no like, let's wait and see. Let's see what's going to happen. You were going to find out that night. And even then we saw interactions here with friend of the show, Solo Sikoa. He was out here trying to recruit Royce Keys. He's telling him like, hey, let's get with it. And he even has a play in here. And they play off of the history with him and Cody. As you can see, AEW up here at the top. Cody was probably one of the people who helped get Royce Keys into that spot. Then you see him face off at the Rumble, and here they are on SmackDown. It all makes sense, right? Perfectly fine. We get to the match, though, and he gets powerbombed by Gunther right on the dome piece, and he didn't get the win. It was a good showing for him, but I don't know where this leads Royce Keys. Is there more main events in his future, chat? You let us know. Sean, I wanted your thoughts on the overall night that was kind of focused on Royce Keys pretty much.
I think Royce Keys is going to quickly realize that the grass is not greener. And I think it's already happening. You were in a match for a number one contendership. You never should have been in the first place, and you took a loss that you didn't need to take. Anybody else in the room understand what I'm talking about? Like, that's the thing that bothers me. It's like, as I watched it, by the way, as I watched it on Saturday morning, think about that. And I only watched it on YouTube because I had to get ready for the show. I thought to myself, what an unnecessary loss. An unnecessary loss. You insert yourself into the main event picture just to get kicked right back down the ladder. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
They got to try to build something for this Clash in Italy card too. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I would have sacrificed Royce Keys in this situation at this exact moment, but that's what they went with.
I don't know. I think WWE is continuing to drop the ball. I think that Royce Keys is not a future star. I'm sorry to say it, especially for a brother, man. I would love to see him do well. I don't think he's going to be put in the right position to do well. Matter of fact, if you want my prediction, I think he's going to join MFT.
Really, in the long run? I mean, he threw the chair at Solo right before when Solo offered him the opportunity to cheat, but
couldn't care less. WWE is a place where you could beat somebody up this week and then be their best friend the following week. Nobody cares. There's no rivalry with WWE. It's all about what sells. And it's not even, to me, SmackDown was a disgrace last Friday. It was a disgrace.
Yeah. It's not mediocre. It's WWE. Wow.
I like that.
McKinney said Gunther and Royce was a good match. Royce looked good in the main event scene. We'll see. I don't know if that ad part's a joke every time he keeps writing ad at the end of his sentence. But
Chat,
yeah.
What do I say about AEW guys that come over to WWE? After a while, they're going to be just, you finish it. Don't say it, Conrad. Don't say it. But in a couple of months, they'll be just blank. Royce Keys is well on his way. Good job, Royce. You're well on your way. To nothing.
Ooh, Guy Will Gamble says he felt it was very reminiscent of a Stone Cold Brock King of the Ring qualifier. Sean, do you want to care to educate the people on what happened with that? For those who don't remember?
Back in the day, Stone Cold Steve Austin was already miffed with WWE for their lackluster storytelling, and one day Stone Cold showed up to Monday Night Raw and got the creative for the night, saying that he was going to lose in an non-advertised match before Monday Night Raw to lose to Brock Lesnar in a qualifying match for King of the Ring. And Stone Cold said, no, I want no parts of that. That's stupid. Why would I do that? Why would I even be in that situation? Stone Cold then took his ball and went home and wasn't seen for about 5 months.
I mean, depends on where you lie on that side of the fence, but I think Stone Cold was kind of in the right, though. I don't mind losing, but can we at least advertise it? Can we build this to a pay-per-view? Something?
I don't think Stone Cold was kind of wrong at all. Or kind of right at all. I think Stone Cold was very right. I think Stone Cold was right on the money.
Yeah, I mean, some people are going to go with you signed a contract, you got to do what they tell you to do, blah, 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 blah. But it's usually collaborative. BJ said Mystico's theme live. Yeah, Mystico's theme was definitely fire. Definitely had someone come in to sing it. That's some real stuff right there. Oh, come on, Matt.
Yo, but is he wrong, Conrad?
Oh no, but it just hurts though. This man put those pictures out in a straitjacket, Sean. Why? Why did you do that? I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
This guy sold himself out for a company that doesn't care about anything that he does, like
at all.
And I don't know if he made someone mad. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what happened with it. But SmackDown, I couldn't tell you anything else that happened on the show. I don't think I would care. Truthfully, it's 3 hours. I'm waiting for the day for this to maybe go back to 2. But I promise you, and this is 100% the truth. If CMLL is on, if Sean says like there's a good sports matchup on, me and him, we'll talk about that on Friday nights. Anything else, bro, I'm not watching SmackDown. There's nothing on here that's like, yeah, you can't miss SmackDown this week because X, Y, and Z. You brought it up earlier. Should Royce Keys join forces with Solo Sikoa? It could happen.
Betterment of his career, he should, because he said, let me go on record. Let me say something right here, right now. And this bothers me. And I want to preface it by saying, Conrad, you don't even know where I'm going with this. I'm going to preface this by saying it's not his fault. Chat, say it with me. It's not his fault. Say it from the mountaintops. It's not his fault. Say it with me, Conrad. It's not his fault. Now,
I wish I had a Gene Snitsky picture.
My statement is simply this. Royce Keys will never be a world champion in WWE. Book it. Royce Keys will never, ever be a world champion in WWE. You want to know why I know that? Because of Andrade. Because of Aleister Black. Because of the list of people that have come from AEW and have been nothing but mid-carders. There are only 2, ladies and gentlemen. Do you hear me back there? Do you hear me in the back? There are only 2 that have come from AEW and been ultra successful. We all know who they are. Say it with me, Conrad.
It wasn't my fault.
It's not going to be his fault. But he's not going to be like Cody Rhodes, and he's not going to be like Jade Cargill. Royce Keys will be a mid-carder for life. And it's not his fault, but that's the way it is. Just like Rey Fenix. Everybody's real excited, by the way. Real excited about the Intercontinental Championship reign. Help me out, Conrad. Help me out.
Penta?
Penta. He's never going to get beyond that point. He's never going to get beyond that point. WWE doesn't care about what you want. They don't. And SmackDown, 3 hours of a snore fest. I fell asleep watching 5-minute clips.
I'm not going to lie to you, Sean. That's how I prepared for the show today, too. I watched the clips of it. And they had basically the whole matchup, but it was like, that's it?
T-Ferg, I don't call CM Punk in that and part of that because CM Punk was a WWE guy first, and so was Cody. But you know, CM Punk was a world champion first. I'm going with Jade Cargill and Cody, but other than that, no.
There are people there are people who lead the way though when they do the switches. Think of WCW, right? When things started to switch over, Hogan led the way. When Hogan went over, then you saw Jim Duggan. Here comes the Nasty Boys. Back then we didn't know it was Hogan's crew, but we know now, Sean, right? Like, oh, there's money going where I go where Hogan goes because there's money following that, and that's the same thing here. Scott Hall was just the cherry on top. Like, oh, this is a shifter now. Like, same thing here. Cody came first, and then look who's come since. Everyone who is associated with Cody have made the move.
I want to address comments by Miracle. And I want to address comments by McKinney because they're both one and the same. Miracle says, let's be honest, who thought Penta would go past the IC? And McKinney says, Sean, do you see Penta as a world champ? I'm going to answer both of those questions together. Miracle's question, Paul Heyman did. And he said it on Unreal. He said, Paul Heyman said, that guy is money. Put the rocket on his back. He also said put the rocket on Jey Uso's back. That's another conversation. And as far as what McKinney said, do I see Penta as a world champion? I'm going to revise that question if you don't mind, McKinney, with all due respect to you. I'm going to say, do I think that Penta is worthy of being a world champion? 100%, but he never will be. He will be pigeonholed just like the rest of them. He will be pigeonholed just like the AEW guys, and he will never be a world champion. So at the end of the day, no, I wish he was. I wish that we can have an equal opportunity chance to see guys come up through the ranks and be successful. I wish Jada Parker wasn't still in NXT fighting dark matches. I wish. It's not happening.
Well, that's the drip feed program that they've instituted for themselves, though. You can't call up 12 people anymore. You could, but it's going to cause problems because you have another television show to run. Clown said the grass is definitely greener for Danhausen. I think Danhausen to WWE was a smart move. I don't think that was a bad move at all for him. And we're going to talk about.
That's what Crown is saying, and I think I don't know if he's being real or being a little sarcastic. Danhausen's a joke to me. I don't want to talk about Danhausen.
I think it's a wise move, though. Danhausen is a merch mover for them. He is. I think he's number one. They said in merch movement. Good for him. Like if that's what he wants to do, that's cool. I think me and Sean can say this. Let's see in 2 years from now where Danhausen is. I'll be very interested to see how he's positioned and booked. I hope that he's still over, but it'll be interesting to see. Could Rusev win a world title? No, I don't see it.
Oh, absolutely not.
Miracle said Paul Heyman says a lot of things. That's true.
Yeah, but Paul Heyman's smart, though.
Paul Heyman, here's the one thing I'll say. Paul Heyman with money, not good. Me and Sean probably confirm that. But Paul Heyman was very good at, if you give him a talent, he can definitely hide your negatives and bring out your positives.
Facts.
What do I mean by that, bro? We watch some people in ECW that I'm like, dog, I don't know about this. Like, when you see them in other places, you're like, yeah, this wasn't very good. But think of the Sandman. Think of Sandman in WCW and WWE. It didn't work as well as ECW. Paul Heyman got it. Like, he knew what he was doing with them. It worked. It was just 10 times better, and that's just how it is sometimes. I don't know. That's just me.
No, I agree with you completely.
Yeah. And like I said, so Clash in Paris is coming together. They did release the poster, so it's going to happen Sunday, May 31st, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Once the card develops, I'm hoping more in the next 2 shows here that maybe me and Sean can do a little preview for it next week. And we'll be able to get to this, but yeah.
I'm excited. What a great night of wrestling action, afternoon of wrestling action that's going to be.
Everyone can show up at Sean's house. There's going to be cannolis, pizza, Clash in Italy, baby.
Pasta, everything, man. I can't wait. Clash in Italy is going to be epic. An epic fail.
This guy. You know what else is happening this week, though? We haven't talked about this, Sean, but we'll have to get into this a little bit. We have Saturday night's main event.
Oh, boy. Oh, my God. Is that this weekend? Let me circle my calendar.
Well, you have a 6-woman tag match announced for this Saturday show, Saturday, May 23rd, exclusively on Peacock. It's going to be Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, and Alexa Bliss teaming up against Michin, Jade Cargill, and B-Fab.
Oh, my God. I'm bursting with excitement.
Any prediction for that matchup? Anything you'd like to say about that matchup?
I have a prediction. Who cares?
I could probably
all jokes, another pointless match. Okay, yes, it's gonna call. Okay, Charlotte and Rhea Ripley are gonna have a problem, and then Rhea's gonna look at Charlotte funny, and then Charlotte's gonna look at Rhea funny, and Alexa's gonna be caught in the middle, and who's gonna turn it? Is it gonna be Rhea? No. When is Charlotte gonna turn on Rhea? Oh, maybe Charlotte and Alexa will turn on Rhea. Who gives a crap? Who gives a crap? Another pointless, Saturday night's main event used to mean something. Do they not know that this was the same show that Hogan faced Andre, that the Mega Powers exploded? What are we doing?
They're trying to put on a card.
It's ridiculous.
I think, remember what I said about that group with Jade? You had to make a decision at Mania, and it was going to hurt someone. And I think it hurt Jade's group. But we'll see. Hopefully they can all have standout performances, and maybe something happens from this. Maybe they'll surprise me, but I wouldn't count on it. We have more matches, though, other than that. We do have the tag titles on the line, Sean, which we have the Vision versus the Street Profits for the tag titles. Now, I know you're a Usos guy. Do you see the Vision dropping those tag titles to the Street Profits any way, shape, chance, form?
You gotta give me a second to catch my breath. What a card they're putting together. Whew. I can't wait. Let me subscribe to Peacock right now. The Street Profits are not going to win those belts. They're not. They're not going to win those belts. And that, by the way, is not their fault either. They deserve to be in the mix, but they're not going to give them the titles, no. And as far as Penta facing Ethan Page, it's going to be a successful defense for Penta. And Lizzie was 100% correct. This is the closest Penta's ever going to be to a main event. He'll be the main event of Saturday night's main event, a pointless Saturday night's main event that they only put together just because they want to rival Double or Nothing.
And I would assume there's going to be more matches on that card, too.
Oh, I would assume, but I wouldn't count on it.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to make sure that you save room for Nadia versus Maxine Dupree.
Wait, Nadia?
Natalia, whatever. Oh,
Nadia! I heard Jamie Noble as soon as you said that. Nadia!
I forget people's names that are like this.
Oh, my goodness. Have you noticed that they have been having her like in the backseat of the car with the Vision?
Yeah, who cares? Oh, that's gonna be, you want to talk about groundbreaking heel turns? Stop the presses when Maxine Dupree joins the Vision. Stop the press. Put the world on pause. Who cares? You know something, Conrad? Seriously, who the F cares? This doesn't mean anything. Monday Night Raw was garbage. Smackdown was garbage. The entire company has put out a crap product. Why should we care that Maxine Dupree is sitting in the back of the SUV with Austin Theory? Why? Tell me why I should care.
So we're going to get to the news portion of this.
That's what I thought.
I have nothing, sir. I have nothing. Bishop Dyer, though, who is currently, I believe, a half of the MLW tag champs with Donovan Dijak. Bishop Dyer, a.k.a. Baron Corbin, has been discussed for a WWE return? What? Someone said that he might possibly be working with Danhausen. There was some beef over this, and I would love to get your thoughts a little bit on it. I don't know why that gabagool one keeps coming up for PJ. What do you think about this, brother? Like, should they bring back Baron Corbin? Didn't you just release people? Like, or not release people, but you gave an ultimatum, you're cutting money.
I like Baron Corbin. I want to see him get paid, but I just don't understand the logic behind any of this. I can't wrap my head around it. I mean, it's cool. Like, if he comes back, whatever, like, it's cool. But, like, what are we doing? Like,
it's got to make sense.
I got nothing.
Yeah, it's not lining up for me, but you know what? If Baron Corbin gets bread, good for Baron Corbin. If that's what he wants to do, good for him. I don't know if that doesn't mean he wants to come back. I don't know.
If you want to come back, and I'm not going to take full credit for this, I'm going to give credit to McKinney. If you want to come back and be a victim of the Obafemi challenge, be my guest.
By the way, how's that going? Couldn't even get people. You had to just go beat up a tag team.
What are we doing?
And you beat up established tag teams. It's not like it's the thrown together team. It's the established teams that they're like, yeah, let's beat up Berto and Carrillo. Like, why? Why?
What are we doing?
I got nothing, brother. I got nothing. Stardom and MLW have announced a partnership, and Saya Kimitani will be coming stateside in June. I'm looking forward to this.
Now, this is wrestling news worth reporting. See, I want to give put the camera just on me, Conrad. You know I don't ask for this very often. Just on me.
Let me see here.
I want to be clear about something right here and right now. We here at Clash of the Podcast report pro wrestling. We have a responsibility to you, our audience. Some news is very exciting. Some news is worth reporting. And some news we report because we have to report it because that's our job. So, for the difference between Baron Corbin returning to WWE compared to a Stardom MLW collaboration, you can very much see the difference in our excitement and our delivery of these announcements. Now, back to our regularly scheduled programming.
We're back. I wanted to bring up some comments in the chat that I actually thought were interesting. Deanna said, fire him and bring him back cheaper. That is crazy work.
I don't see the lies.
Yeah. And it only works if people go for it. Clown said, if they don't make PCO Danhausen's monster and have Baron Corbin do it, what are we doing? Touche. Baron Corbin back to WWE, and so.
Exactly.
Vinny, I don't know if this is a CM Punk joke or what, but WWE's being run as well as a Target.
Yeah, at least at Target you can get something you need.
Strowman will pop up next, then Omos until King of the Ring. You could just do the King of the Ring and just have them have 3 great matches. The formula is easy. Hey guys, we just talked about 2002 King of the Ring. Go watch that, and you'll see it. It's the formula is there for you. Just follow that formula. Bring them back, then devalue them, and then blame them for not getting over.
There you go. Come on, Guy will gamble. Come on, talk your talk, bro.
That's not a lie either, though, Brody. Ring of Honor, Sean, had a pay-per-view.
I don't know
if you had a chance to check this out.
Some real wrestling. I certainly did.
I thought that this was a pretty good show. I don't want to run through it match by match, but it was interesting, and it felt good to see like Lee Moriarty on the card, defends his Pure Championship against Ace Austin. You got AR Fox, who won the television title right before this show on the regular television show, and then he defends it against Leo Rush. And you got a storyline that progressed with that. I thought Blake Christian and Bandito was excellent. The women in Survival of the Fittest. And it brings me to one of my next points, Sean. Athena might pass this record. I didn't even think about this until I saw this. And I think we had to add on a couple days since then. Athena is not that far away from breaking this record.
No, she's not. And I want to give you credit for putting me on to this young lady and telling me that she's not the NXT wrestler of old. So she is definitely grown on me, and she is a tremendous talent.
I always thought Ember Moon even was very good. That was never the issue with her. It was how they positioned her. You can't have someone just go up and never lose, and then you're like, okay, now that she's gone, you can have the title now. Like, she had to beat Asuka.
Are you saying it wasn't her fault?
Is this about to be a shirt? This is about to be a shirt, I think. It wasn't your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad, Quills. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Someone said Athena over Roman. Listen, we're gonna talk about Athena again momentarily. Acknowledge the fallen goddess.
There you go.
Yeah, good for her, man. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Athena. And speaking of ROH, they are also bringing back Global Wars Thursday, June 18th on WatchROH.com or however else you watch ROH. So it'll be ROH, CMLL, Stardom. Looking forward to that. They'll have a little mixing of the cards.
I love this. This is so exciting. No, listen, I'm serious. I'm not being sarcastic. I love this. It's so exciting when these promotions come together. I really wish they could do like the old school days. Like, I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember. Probably some of you are not. Do your homework. Back in the day, WCCW, not WCW, WCCW, World Class Championship Wrestling, and AWA tried to put together big shows called Super Clashes. I think they got up to Super Clash 3. And they would put together these big shows with multiple companies to try and rival WWE. It didn't work. But I'm telling you, when you put these companies together and really put these tremendous wrestling talents on the same show, it puts you in a position, thank you, Emleezy, on top of your game as usual, it puts you in a situation where you can possibly get better ratings. And when you go up on a Friday night against SmackDown, you're probably going to win, Conrad.
Yeah. And T-Ferg, I'm going to keep it a stack with you about Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor is good if you enjoy just pro wrestling. Storyline progression-wise, you may get frustrated with it sometimes, though, too, because Ring of Honor is just this thing, and then when you have a big show, stuff starts to come together, and you're like, I can see how this all makes sense, but I wish there was more thought. I wish there were just writers for Ring of Honor. And I've talked about doing a video with Rob, Derek, BJ, Hub, it don't matter who. Someone I want to, this has just been in my brain. I want to put together, like, let's separate these rosters, and let's create a real, like, this is Ring of Honor, this is AEW. Can they clash? Absolutely, because they're owned by the same guy. We all know that. But what I'm saying is, this is what you're doing over here, and this is what you're doing over here. And really, really put it in there. And just put it up and make it a level of importance. And let's strive for the TV deal on the back of insert names that you want to put in there.
Yep.
Selfishly, I hope she loses on day 13, 15. Terrible.
Oh, Vinny.
Terrible, Vinny. Let's see here. WWE can literally do cards with Noah, Marigold, AAA, All Japan, it would really saturate the fandom, but why would they start now? When you guys are saying another ad, are you talking about on my videos?
I don't know. I was trying to. Is McKinney trolling?
I don't know if it's like the WWE joke or are you getting a lot of ads on my videos.
Well, I'm not sure. Like, McKinney's a good guy. I know he keeps it real. Is he saying that we are doing ads?
Well, I do have ads on my channel, and I will say this: I have them set to. I have them set to balance. Like I don't even have it on the highest level that I could put it on. So I hope that. So maybe that's
what he's talking about. Okay. That's fine. I thought he was like trying to say that like okay.
I just thought about Miracle. I'm not gonna.
I don't know if you can hear me, Conrad, but we're having a little bit of a technical.
Yeah. So let me see here. Yeah, it was just flipping back and forth. I'm blaming StreamYard. I'll have words with them again. Let's see here. Yes, ads do play on the screens. They mute you guys for about 30 seconds.
Okay. Oh my, Conrad, why didn't you tell me he wasn't Conrad getting that bread, bro? Oh man.
Listen, they take it all, bro. It's not that great. I promise you guys, it's not that great.
Conrad out here getting that VP money.
Listen, Google got their hands out too immediately. Let's go into this next topic here. We have a contract update from Sean Ross Sapp about Big Bill, aka W. Morrissey. Big Bill's AEW contract is believed to be expiring at the end of June, at the end of May or beginning of June. Sean, you're Big Bill's agent. You're his friend, his confidant. Where do you tell Big Bill to go?
This is a weird one because to me, obviously, I don't like WWE guys becoming WWE guys from AEW. But in this case, I think it'd be beneficial because they're really not doing anything with Big Bill anyway. Like in this case, it's like you might as well change. If WWE offers you a contract, you can't go from worse to worse. AEW has not booked Big Bill properly, right? So at the end of the day, in a situation like that where I'm very, very complimentary of AEW, but in this case, I think they dropped the ball. If I were Big Bill, I'd say if WWE came calling, you might as well go because it can't get any worse. He's really not doing much in AEW anyway.
I can't wait to get called a hater for this, but AEW doesn't do the big man stuff really too much. I'm trying to think. Has there been any big guys that you're like, AEW has really successfully booked them? And I get it. Like, the big man has been diminished in pro wrestling, Sean. Like, there are no more Andre the Giants. There are no more, like, this is a wonder. People are like, get this guy off my screen. Think of Khali. Like, get this guy off my screen. Have Rey Mysterio beat him. Have someone beat him. I do not care who. I want this guy off my screen. And there are talented big men out there, though. But I think it's a mentality because you've been beat over. This is WWE brain talking. Here it comes. You've been beat over the head that the big guy's the better guy for so long that you have people like Tony Khan who are doing the opposite because they're not trying to be like WWE. And maybe he could lean into it. Big Bill was over when they went to Europe. They were there last year. They were chanting for Big Bill a lot. I don't know what to do with him. I mean, if he stays in AEW, maybe they can make something work. Does he go back to TNA as W. Morrissey to see if he can get a shot if WWE's not wanting him now? They just said 50% pay cuts. Like, I can't see myself saying, like, yeah, I want to definitely go over there. So I don't know how this works out. Would you tell him to go?
I mean, I tell him to go. At this point, it doesn't really make a difference unless AEW makes him a crazy offer. Shout out to Vinny talking about The Undertaker, but that was like that's like 35 years ago, bro.
Yeah, but Undertaker was different too. He was super athletic big guy. I'm talking like Khali and well, yeah, I guess you could put him in there. Sure. I don't know. They're only protected in WWE either Miracle, Wise, Omos, and AAA only. That honestly, they're probably telling him it's for his protection. Because if he was on TV every week, he'd be losing, which is an issue. So they probably do feel like they're protecting him. I'd rather take the money to sit in AEW and catering than half the money to be in bloodline fodder.
Yo, I think that's a good. I can't lie. That's a good point that E just made.
So, Sean, I wanted to get your thoughts really quick on two things before we get out of here. It's AEW. It's Double or Nothing week, but also I'm gonna need you to hit me with a little of that Owen Hart for me one time as we bring this up. Go ahead. You know the music.
There you go.
We have the Owen Hart tournament brackets that came out. I wanted your thoughts on some of this and just what did you think of it? So on the left side here, we have Samoa Joe going up against Will Ospreay, which is going to happen at Double or Nothing. Underneath them, we have Mark Davis versus Jack Perry, a rematch of some sorts that just happened for the national championship. On the right side, we have Swerve Strickland versus Bandito, which is going to happen at Double or Nothing. And we also have Claudio Castagnoli versus Brody King. Sean, this one seems like it's an easy play out, but I just wanted your thoughts on this real quick.
Yeah, I appreciate the thought, man. I mean, you're the AEW expert, but I watch religiously as well, and I got to say, I think it's pretty clear that Swerve is going to advance. I think it's pretty clear that Claudio is going to advance. I think it's pretty clear that Jack Perry will advance. Only thing that's intriguing for me is the Samoa Joe Will Ospreay match, to which I think that Will Ospreay will advance as well, and I think Will Ospreay will be the eventual winner.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. And I think the men's side of this tournament bracket, I mean, it's easy to call, but you're more invested in how do we get there. I mean, if the way I'm seeing it, looks like you're heading towards Ospreay versus Swerve, which, funny enough, where did they wrestle the first time they wrestled? Forbidden Door.
Right.
So this is going to be, can Will get his back on this? Can he get back to where he needs to get to? And I think it's going to be a lot of redemption. I'm using that in air quotes. You'll find out probably in the next month or two why. Can Will get his redemption at getting back to the place that he wants to be and fight for the AEW World Championship? We'll see. And he lost his tournament last year. This was one of the big ones with him and Hangman. And I think me and Sean were probably two of the people that were like, oh, yeah, he's got this for sure. No way. Will's got this. Hangman hit him with that buckshot lariat. It was a new day.
I was very, very surprised, yes.
Yeah, I thought it was very cool, and I loved how they do it. BJ says Ospreay beats Claudio to prove he passed his training. Could happen. Pro Wrestling Shoot, what's good, man? Shout out to Jesse and James. Homies will be live tomorrow talking some WWE 2K. The men's side is filled with stories, and the female side is filled with banger matches. Absolutely. And we're going to bring that one up because this is the one I'm very curious on Sean's thoughts, because I think this one's a little tougher to call.
I don't. I actually think my eyes went straight to the winner, honestly.
Who do you think's winning this?
Athena.
Okay, so we're at least in the same mindset.
Yep.
But
I think Athena's going to take it. Yep.
Hear me out, though, Sean. Hear me out. Sure. Could someone like Saray end up winning this, though? Saray is a global phenomenon. You could definitely put her in that mix for the championship. You also have, on the other side, Persephone, who is very young, super talented. You put her in the mix. Let me just run through the brackets for those listening on audio in case you haven't seen it. Persephone is going to take on Hazuki. On the other side of the left side, the bottom underneath that, Willow Nightingale versus Alex Windsor, which will happen at Double or Nothing. You got Mina Shirakawa versus Athena on the right side, and underneath that, Sky Blue versus Suri.
Yes, sir.
Like I
yes,
think
sir.
it was Clown who said it.
I think Athena takes it, but I mean, anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Yeah, very good, and I love that. T-Ferg says Swerve and Ospreay have some history, though. That should be a good finals. It's right there for you, man.
And that is the predictable final, T-Ferg. That's the educated guess, yes.
Yeah. Willow Athena in the final. I actually think Willow's losing at some point in here. I think Willow's going to get upset. I could see Persephone making it to the final, but we will see. You say Athena. Oh, Matt says I say Willow.
Okay.
It could be.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I'm a big fan of Willow.
Athena versus Willow in the final. That would be fire too. Listen, it main event at Ring of Honor. Was that the first women's main event? I believe so.
It certainly was.
Man, what do you know?
On the money as usual.
People could do that. What do you know? You know, the real question is why no Mercedes? Sometimes I think they want to fool us, Matt. I think I have a feeling I could see what's going to happen with Mercedes, but we'll see.
Well, I'm predicting right now Mercedes will make an appearance in New York.
I could see Mercedes also coming in and saying, I'm challenging for that title. It may not be at Forbidden Door. There might be a pay-per-view in July, I'll tell you. She might be making that move for then. Mercedes is still out. She's still on that quest away from the titles. I thought she was going to appear here and win it back, but like I said, that might have been too obvious to have two stories like that.
Well, I'm just saying, put it on notice. I'm telling you right now, Mercedes makes an appearance in Double or Nothing.
Speaking of New York, shout out to whoever made this. I didn't even notice the main event. The main event picture was edited. What do you think of this card, Sean? Have they done a good job with this? Are you interested? You got your guy Jericho back in the stadium stampede against the Demand with the Don Callis family. That felt like 80s pro wrestling on a golf course. Like, yeah, I was golfing with Don and he told me you can help us and we can help you. And I helped him and it worked in my favor. So Ricochet's got some partners for himself. Jericho teaming with the Hurt Syndicate. If you know, you know. And then they got the Elite with them. Stadium Stampede's going to get crazy. Tag titles in an I Quit match. And if Cage and Cope lose, they are no longer allowed to team up anymore. They can't challenge for the tag titles. You got Owen Hart matches that we just went over. You got a 4-way for the women's. Okada Takeshita, probably the longest built match out of all of these for the International Championship. And then you have the AEW World Championship, Darby Allin, MJF, hair versus title. What are you thinking of this card right now, Sean?
I've said it before and I'll say it again. And it's actually the subject of an upcoming show on HW Weekly.
June 11th.
Thank you, sir. AEW has been and will continue to be the best bell-to-bell product in the entire industry. I think Double or Nothing will steal the weekend is kind of a wrong thing to say because Saturday's main event is going to be trash anyway. They can have one match in the dark, and
they might announce Cody versus Roman tonight, Sean. You don't know that.
Anyway, at the end of the day, they're not going to steal anything, but they are going to dominate the weekend as they always do. AEW wins every weekend they go up against WWE head-to-head, every single time. I cannot wait for Double or Nothing. It's going to be fantastic. I'm actually off on Monday and Tuesday of next week. I plan on watching this show multiple times. My girl is going to be sick of me because I love AEW. And I love AEW because it's exactly opposite of World Wrestling Entertainment.
Respectable, sir. Matt Lopez coming in with some breaking news. He said, by the way, just announced Jericho and the Young Bucks versus Ricochet, Mark Davis, and Andrade this Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Just another match on the show. And they're about
another
to go
match.
crazy.
That match on Wednesday will be better than all the Saturday night's main event matches. Think about that.
Look at that. Jericho's coming out dressed up like a Young Buck. He's got it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you got to do that.
It was one of these.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking big.
Or he turns around and hits the pose.
No, but side note, I'm looking kind of big.
That's right.
Looking in a good way. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, hitting that big pop pump.
Just kind of feeling myself right now. Sorry.
All I care about are my peaks and my freaks. Holler, if you hear me. Nadeja, get over here.
Ooh, there we go.
BJ said, why $2? Yeah, it could be.
There you go.
Could be. MJF will make your ankle hurt. Yo, y'all better leave MJF alone. Talk about somebody looking like prime Kurt Angle in that picture. He cares about his hair. Max, if you need any free tips on what to do with the hair, hit your boy up. I know you've said stuff to me before on social media, so hit your boy up. I'll help you out. You know, I got you. It's not so bad.
Ball is beautiful, man.
It is. It is. We got Raw tonight. I don't know what's happening on this show. I wasn't paying enough attention to it. But Raw's starting in about what do we got? We got 45 minutes. We'll let you guys out early tonight. There you go. Sean, let the people know what you got coming up and take us on out of here, brother.
Yeah, man, we are really excited to talk about Clash of the Podcast each and every Monday night, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time. You know where to be right here on Monday nights. Also, make sure you tune in every Wednesday night. Conrad and my guy Derek as they bring you the AEW review. This particular week, it's going to be on Thursday, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. June 11th, the special edition of HW Weekly Clash of the Podcast collaborations. We're going to be talking about AEW and why they are the preeminent wrestling organization as it relates to belt-to-belt action. So on behalf of Conrad Cushman, my name is Sean Hubbard. On behalf of Everything Pro Wrestling, I am HW Weekly. We are Clash of the Podcast. God bless, be encouraged, and until next time, always remember, evil never prevails. WWE, get yourselves together, for God's sake.